So, well, I'm Neha Negandhi, and I'm here from Khabar magazine. Going to interview you about your new show on HLN. So, how did you get started?
Well, I mean, if we want to talk about how I started, it goes all the way back.
Okay, well, let's start there.
I'm from New Delhi,
Okay.
and my family has always kind of encouraged us to be very open to international foods and, languages and cultures.
How old were you when you moved?
2006.
Okay, and you moved because...
Just my parents wanted both their kids to attend college here, so just for like education, better opportunities, stuff like that.
So you were how old or what grade? When
It
you
was
two
ninth
come?
grade.
Ninth grade.
Mhm.
Ninth grade.
Because apparently you have to do high school here in order to try to get into colleges. So
Okay.
it was a perfect moment for us to move.
Okay, and your parents chose Jacksonville.
Well, they chose Arizona because
Oh,
that's where
okay.
my mom ended up getting a job first.
Okay.
And we stayed there for a year, and then we moved to Jacksonville.
Okay. So how was it moving from New Delhi to Arizona?
Crazy, because
Yeah.
you know this, like in India, everyone thinks that all of US is New York. Like it's buildings, it's like skylines, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we end up landing in Arizona.
Yeah, and like deserts and cactuses.
Oh my gosh,
right?
there was nothing. I mean, rocks. And New Delhi is a huge metropolitan city.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Yes.
And then when you land in Arizona, it's a complete culture shock. You know?
Yes.
And then you get to experience things like eating American hot dogs and buttered corn and, waffles. I remember was a big deal. Donuts. I remember getting off the airport, getting a giant chocolate chip cookie because it was just something I saw in Disney. I saw Hilary Duff do it. I saw the Powerpuff Girls eat it with their milk. So it was just like a huge thing. It was great. I literally, wherever I go, I experience those places with food before I experience it with anything else. Food is such a visual thing,
Right.
and you point a camera at it and people want to look at it and taste it and smell it. And I think good writing is able to let you do that as a viewer. Mm-hmm. So there's this, this journalism side of me where I do care about news and world affairs and all of this stuff, but my passion really lies in what food can do internationally for all of us.
Okay.
Because I truly think food is a language, and it transcends far beyond words many times. I just had this longing for, kind of expressing my own individuality in the way that I just love being from India, and like my mom's cooking. Like my house always smells like spices when you go home to my mother's.
Yeah.
And that's how I wanted to create The Skillet in college. That was the first cooking show I ever made.
It's called The Skillet?
It's called The Skillet, yeah.
So were you nervous during the first episode when you were filming The Skillet? Like,
I was so nervous.
What did you make on your first episode?
Oh my gosh, the first thing I made was pan-fried salmon. It was battered in this batter that my aunt gave me. I'm all about family and, aunts and uncles and grandmas sending you recipes and recipe cards in the mail.
Yeah.
Because some of them haven't discovered the internet yet.
What's the unique element in your show that's different from like a Rachel Rice show?
It's mostly like, you can be young.
Okay.
You can still be in college, and you can be poor. Like, you don't have to have $1 million.
To make a good meal?
Yeah, I mean, you can make great food, healthy food, and experiment with different flavors from around the world on a budget.
Okay. All right. So then you left. Oh, so then you got an internship
Yes.
at CNN.
Mm-hmm.
Senior year, junior year?
Senior year.
Senior year, you got an internship.
Mm-hmm.
But were you thinking about your cooking show at that point, or no?
Oh gosh, no. I mean,
This is like serious journalism
this
at this
is
point.
huge for me because
Yeah.
I knew I really had to get into CNN, and I felt like my portfolio was, heavy enough, meaty enough for me to be able to do that.
Right.
And it waited months to hear back from them. I mean, I had already worked with the Washington Post and the Times Union stuff, but I really wanted to get into CNN. So I applied to multiple positions, and I ended up landing an interview and moving here about 2 or 3 months later.
Okay. And so what's your title now, or what is your title?
News assistant.
CNN news assistant.
Mhm.
Okay. And is there a particular show you work on, or all of them, or?
Oh, all of them. Like
of them.
it's something you work with production, and you work with on air at all times, and you work with CNN domestic, international, and HLN.
Okay. Okay. So then, I see that it didn't take you long after your job because it's now September. So when did you start your job?
In August.
Last month.
Yeah. No. Last year.
August of last year. Oh, okay. So August of 2014 you started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your position. Okay. And so how long into that did you say, oh, now I've done this little cooking show and I want to do it again? So how long did it?
Well, for me, it was a moment of really just simmering low and trying to, take everything in, figure out how the organization worked. Because
Right.
at school, your routes around
Right.
people and networking and all that stuff. So what I had to do, I was walking on the shoulders of giants. I mean, these are journalists that I have admired, for
Right.
years.
Right.
So I stayed low. I learned from them. That's kind of how I started networking and getting to know people I can pitch to.
Right.
And I joined this group called Inside Pitch at CNN, which is
Okay.
an open group for my department to pitch story ideas and go and produce them.
Oh.
So what I ended up doing for that group, instead of just pitching my idea, Andy and I filmed one. We packaged together a segment, and I pitched it that way. I just showed them the video and what I could do and what I could make. But it's an idea I came up with because HLN is now very millennial driven.
Okay.
They're taking a digital route. They're taking a younger route.
Okay.
And that is kind of how I function. I'm an internet child. I know my way around a smartphone very, very well.
Yeah.
I know the kind of content that I watch online, and that is why I thought that this cooking show could be perfect for
Right.
different social media outlets because it's so versatile. You can bend it to any of these social platforms. So
Right.
I got my pitch through. Hooray, it served its purpose. Then we made a pilot with HLN. Like the HLN crew got together with me and we made a pilot.
Was your pilot filmed here?
Yes.
Your pilot show was filmed here.
Yes.
And what did you make for your pilot show?
Sweet potato burgers.
Sweet potato burgers. Okay.
It's just something I know how to do really well. I love them.
Who are some of your idols?
Well, I have just always been a huge CNN fan. And I remember seeing Anderson Cooper for the first time at my university, and I was one of two student reporters allowed to go in with the rest of the media and stuff. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, this is a real human being. Like, I can do this. Like, this is so exciting. Anthony Bourdain is another one, but I wouldn't, I'd probably be like the female, younger, less grumpier version of him, maybe. And the crazy part is, you asked me who my inspirations or my idols are.
Yeah.
It's like, I get to work with these people,
Yeah.
every day. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I get to learn from them.